doesn't change. AI is disrupting development and redefining our business. We are in the middle of a war of technology. The global market is more volatile than ever. Keeping overview of AI developments seems to be mission impossible. Continuous AI integration is like out of science fiction. Daniela Rittmeier and Bashkim Berzati, how to master the AI investments.
Very much. Thank you very much, Eva, for the question. That is a feeling for me like flashing me back 7 years ago to automotive in the middle of the ADAS hype when the CFO was also asking me how to invest wisely in AI. And at that time, for me, it was like a look in the crystal ball of my daughter or to throwing the dice of my son. But today, the world is different. The technology is mature enough, and that's why it's a pleasure for me to be here with my colleagues to deep dive on the topic how to unleash your data value creation and maximize the return of data and AI investments. My name is Daniela Rittmeier. I'm leading the Generative AI Accelerator, and it's a pleasure for me to have my right hand Bashkim with me.
Thanks, Daniela, and welcome from my side. My name is Bashkim Berzati. I'm a leading Gen AI architect and for the life science sector. Yeah, and the creator of this use case you see today.
As we already heard from Eva, the world is in change. The world is investing in artificial intelligence. US also, the public sector in the US is investing next to the average of 300 billion US dollars they already invested in the last year. Additionally, 500 billion US dollars in the Stargate. On the other side of the world, we see that China is driving the AI-first strategy since 2017 straightforward to become a world leader until 2030. We see a continuously growing AI investments and an active push from the public side. Also in Europe, we are investing and increasing the investments. 2020, the European Commission increased it to 45 billion US dollars a year. And just this year, the investment was increased to additionally 200 billion euros. So the same our clients do. Based on our latest Capgemini Research Institute report, 80% of our clients increasing their investments in generative AI. But something seems to be different compared to 2023 and 2024, and that is that we are not focusing on the one or the other use cases, we are focusing how to scale in AI systems. But no matter if we talk about generative AI, agentic AI, or classical, the core challenges of data value creation are still the same. Data quality, to get an AI-ready infrastructure, and the lack of competencies. As we just heard before, the top management is also educating them. But based on the latest reports here in Germany from the Bitkom, just 6% are generating value add out of data. 6%. To phrase it positive, there is a potential of 94% to lift. But before we show you our solution, I would like to invite you to collect your data. So please take your mobile phones, scan the QR code. I hope you are already in the 21st century and you can do so. And be active of that poll. Everybody else, please, taking their mobile phone and also at the screen. And otherwise, go to menti.com and type in 29282112. Thumbs up if it's working. And then we're switching to the first question, which is a kind of warm-up at a starter. Ah, ich stehe vom QR-Code, Entschuldigung. Sorry? Does it work? Perfect. So let's go to the first question, please, in the Mentimeter poll. And the first thing is a ranking where you have to answer me what are your core challenges you see in your business. Is it the AI technology integration and scaling? Is it the data value creation and the return of investment of artificial intelligence? Is it how to set up sustainable systems? Or is it the lack of data and AI competencies? Please vote. I did that poll some weeks ago. and I have my result into my mind, but let's see what's happening here. Let's give it a sec. Oh, that's interesting. So the audience is here. It's different. On the top, we see AI, technology, integration, and scaling. The last poll I did, which was a little bit wider, there, 45% saw the core challenge in data value creation and the return of invest. Okay, let's now go to the next questions, and it's quite easy. You always have just to answer with one answer. You don't have to rank anything, and it's really, really easy because the answers are always the same. The answer could be that you are an absolutely beginner in that field, you're an interested experimenter, you're an advanced practitioner, you're a forward-thinking professional, or you are a really, really innovative industry shaper. So first question there, how would you rate your maturity in AI integration and scaling? Now it's getting exciting because you have had set as core challenge. Are you beginning, just starting with your AI strategy and with limited transparency about AI integration and scaling? Or are you already in the middle, a kind of practitioner, updating your strategy and collaborating quite well with the business and the IT? Or are you a shaper, that you're integrating that already along the entire value chain to redesign your core business? Thank you very much. So the most people are interested, experimenter. Okay, there's also a lot of potential to lift. Let's go to the next question, please. Same answers there. And the question is, your maturity level in data value creation and return on an AI investment. Are you a beginner, testing and validating what that means for your AI use cases? Are you somewhere in the middle, a practitioner with various potential you already see in your use cases, but there's no metric along your entire business how you evaluate that kind of use cases? Or are you a real shaper and doing strategic investments internally, externally, and also monetize your data assets and setting up new business models? Okay, also here the cores, the experimenters. Thank you very much. A lot of potential to lift. Next question, please. It's going more into the direction of sustainability. What is your maturity level there? How would you rate that one? Are you a beginner, testing and validating how the different kind of use cases, what kind of resource demand they have, and you are not reusing any data assets? Are you a practitioner, which is measuring continuously the consumption along the entire value chain? Or you're really shaper, which is systematically decreasing the resources and increasing the renewable energies? Let's see the results. Okay, the core there is also interested. Good. Last question in that area. How would you rate your maturity level in data and AI competencies? Beginner, starting your journey with a limited transparency of your employer's qualification? Are you a practitioner, which is structuring the qualification or roles and responsibility and modular approach? Or are you a really big shaper who's shaping the industry? Okay, we see here always the same, like we have a lot of experimenters in the beginning phase here. Last but not least, the question to an outlook, if we see a lot of experimenters here. So the last question is always the same. Are you excited or frightened about the future potential if we are have so many experimenters here? I hopefully see a lot of excitement here. Yes, 86%, and nobody's frightened. That's perfect. Okay, thank you very much for your trust, for your data, and for your input. Then let's go back to the presentation, please. And Bashkim, I think if we take all these data things together, we can see that we have 4 core challenges we have to master. We have to master in a way that artificial intelligence, the artificial intelligence integration and acceleration while the disruptive technological development. We have to, in a way, maximize the data value add despite the limited and volatile budget we see in the market. And we also have to focus on the sustainability impact while increasing energy demand. And last but not least, to ensure the future viability by a lack of data and AI competencies. A lot of competitive challenges, a lot of data on Excel, on PowerPoint, in the cloud, or sometimes also on-prem. I would like to have that single point of entry to connecting all the dots. 7 years ago, I really came to the limits with BI. Bashkim, how can artificial intelligence and intelligence solutions can help there?
I'm really interested. The use case we show you today is going to solve this issue we had. We had created a multi-agent system which is capable of delivering you real-time insights and boost basically your empowering decision making. Therefore, we created 4 agents for you that are going to be on your hand. Let me switch to the next slide, please. So you're in the middle of it. Starting with the discovery agent first. So the discovery agent is an agent who's going to understand your business needs and going to incorporate this in the views you see. So you will be only confronted with information which are important to you. Switching to the insights agent. The insights agent is someone who is going to deep dive into the use cases you're currently looking at to give you weaknesses and strengths of it, so you can quickly analyze and react on this one. The next agent is a submission agent. Keeping the data clean is always like a tidy task. So the submission agent will streamline this for you, so you and your team have more time on the more important things than keeping the data up to date. Switching to the last one, which is the everyday agent. As we know, large language models have really cool capabilities, and we want to keep them alive. So we have an everyday agent which will make our product a cool companion for you in the everyday usage, and you in the circle of it. Now some facts about the architecture itself. So we built the architecture on a solid AI framework. We are using Azure speech-to-text services that the agents really understand what you're currently thinking of and providing this to the right agent. Secondly, we are using a graph database and OpenAI's Azure models to get like the best insights possible. Currently, we are running on a hybrid approach, as you can see in our booth. Parts of it are on-prem, parts are in cloud. But we made the implementation in that way that you can either shift completely on cloud or completely on-prem. Summing up, we created an agent which is going to deliver you clean insights, keeps your data up to date, and will unhide basically hidden connections, so you will stay ahead in the AI competition. But now about the scope itself we had and the mission of this one. Let's take a look of how the product is looking like. So we created a futuristic UI, which is minimalistic, but still cool to use. This we paired with a 55-inch transparent OLED screen, where you can navigate through touch commands and makes this futuristic look even extended. On-prem, as stated before, we have a high-performance computational machine, which is running NVIDIA's latest hardware. So with this, performance is never going to be an issue. But now we know the mission of it, so it's going to navigate you through the data ecosystem just by talking to it. You know how it looks like, but now let's get an idea of how the UI is looking like, because I hyped it up a little bit.
Yes.
Therefore, we switch into the next slide. Bear with me, this is the first time I'm trying this video. So this is the welcoming screen you'll be facing, right? There are 2 ways of interacting. You can always talk to it, right? But if you're shy, you can just use one of the icebreakers we have on the top left for you. For now, let's play the video. As you can see, in short, my mouse cursor is going to come into the screen and we're just going to click next, right? And giving you an overview of the screens we have there to boost your operational efficiency. So first one, we have the matrix view. The content of the matrix view is to give you an overview of the portfolio. On the top side, you see the use cases in production, and at the bottom, you can see a short glimpse of the return of invest. The radar view displays the use cases by the business lines, and you can also see the life cycles. So you can quickly see which use cases are currently stuck in the POC phase and which are in operation. The value view is an in-depth view of the return of invest. Here you can see per year the cost and the benefit also, showing the financial impact. Then we have the data asset, or the eco view, where you see the connections between your ecosystem partner, data asset, and use cases, which we will explain in a little more detail in the next video. Last but not least, we have the submission screen, where you can streamline data ingestion so the data is always kept up to date. And keep in mind, you can always talk in this case if you have a cool description or a cool use case name. But this would give an overview of the views we have, the different views, financial impacts, we have the data assets and how they're divided. But let's go deeper into my favorite topic, which is the insight agent, right? But getting an overview is good, but we want to even go deeper in this one. Let's start with the, I hope the video is here. So we are again in the eco view where we have the differences between the data assets. For example, we just click on one, which is Google. Then you can see where it's connected everywhere. The next one is a camera assembly line. This is a data asset which is storing camera data from the production line. A use case might be an automated manufacturing quality control. Now let's open the Insights tab and go deeper into this one using the Insight agent. Now we will listen shortly to the agent.
Selected use cases demonstrate a significantly higher ROI of 236.1% compared to the overall average of 44%.
As you can see on the top left, you get a detailed report of the business and some cool features. But maybe this is not enough. We want to go deeper. Let's ask for the break-even of this use case.
The break-even point for the automated manufacturing quality control use case is projected in 2025. By then, cumulative benefits are expected to surpass total costs as benefits increase significantly during the operational life cycle alongside controlled expenses.
So what you see on your fingertips, you have the Insight agent on hand, right? So you can ask simple questions, get still powerful insights with everything in the data providing to you. With this one, now we know how to chat with the data, we can go deeper, but now let's inspect together how we can submit new data. Therefore, we're switching to the next view, which is this one. We streamlined the fields to be around 10 to 11 fields, which you have to implement in here. So it's going to be an easy process for you to fill these out, right? For the purpose of the video, I pre-filled some of the fields, but now we're going together to this use case and insert the name and also see the capabilities of this Insight agent or the submission agent. As you can see, I'm moving through and now talking to it because I want to create something which is called the GXP analyzer. As you can see on the top left side, it got me right. It says like, okay, the use case name should be GXP analyzer. And now listen again, carefully.
Thanks for sharing the name of your use case. The details are looking great. I noticed that I still need a valid email address for the use case owner, John Regulus. Could you provide that?
So you can see in a cool interactive way, she took the value and said like there's still something missing, but let's see if she's right. And as you can see in the second view, the email address is really missing from John. So let's add John's email address in and continue with the process. Next one is a financial rule, which is really important because here you have to think about how much money do I need and how much money will I gain with this use case. So you have to make up your mind here. Last slide is going to be like what technology you use and what data is needed. Once submitted, the views will refresh, and as you can see in the strategy one, if you click on this, you can find your use case. We can jump into the insights and start chatting with it again and ask the AI how it's like with this use case. But this should give you a brief overview. I hope to see you at the booth, adding your use case with the agent together with us. And with this, I hand over to Daniela back again.
Thank you very much, Bashkim. And thank you as a team lead. You did an amazing job, like the entire team, to bring that to life for the Hannover Fair here. Thank you very much for the amazing work. The interdisciplinary team made it to bring the Dymatrix into life. One Capgemini, one dream team, a lot of stress and endless fun. So now it's time for me to say thank you for your attention. Feel free to contact us, to go over there, to explore live what it is, and to get a feeling how that Dymatrix is working to ignite your data value creation. Thank you very much, and I'm also open to answer any questions. Thank you.